Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome to a different kind of video. So today's video, as you can probably guess by the title, how to get your own custom worlds in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Now, I will make a separate tutorial on how to get this on your Xbox, mobile, and whatever else is on the Bedrock Edition. I think the Switch as well. This is going to be covering Windows 10 Edition. We'll get straight to it. So the background behind me, as you can see, is a world that I have created myself. This is a Windows 10 edition world made with a program called World Painter 3D View. I'm going to leave a link down in the description where you can download World Painter. It's fairly simple. I'll actually quickly go over to my browser here and show you guys how to download it. So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to type into Google just World Painter. The first link in the top should be worldpainter.net. I'll leave a link in the description as well so you guys can find it a bit easier. And then you need to download the 64-bit or the 32-bit version that you require. Obviously, I've already done all of this process. It's a really easy download process, guys. If you get stuck with it, just ask me in the comment section and I'll explain. So when you very first open up World Painter, it might look slightly different to this because you're I don't know what they're called. All of the little hubs here have like layers and biomes and terrain. They might all be in different places to this, but it's very user friendly. You can move them around to wherever you want. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to a new world. And what I like to do is I like to start off with, say, so this world is 4,000 by 4,000. And I like to start off around that size, just so you have a lot of freedom with what you want to build. Make sure your island's nice and big. You can go smaller. I'm going to go a bit smaller this time. So we're going to go 2,000 by 2,000. It will bring it to the nearest multiple of 128. You can work that out for yourself if you want, but it automatically does it for you anyway. I like to do a flat world. Turn off the beaches because sometimes it can like give really horrible just patchy bits of sand all over the world and you don't want to be cleaning all of that up. So I'm going to actually lower the water level slightly down to say 52 instead of 62, and we'll bring the land level down to 60. We'll bring the land level down to 53. Oh, not 653. There we go. We'll bring the land level down to 53. Other than that, I always use ocean. I don't really know what you can do with land. There's probably another tutorial on that somewhere. I'm picking Minecraft 1.12, 1.12 Anvil. There is a beta version. I haven't actually tried this out just yet. If it is any different, I will do a tutorial on this as well. But we're going to stick with this for now. And then we're going to just hit create. And here we're presented with a big green block. As simple as that. So we're going to take our height, raise and lower terrain tool to start off with. We're going to use our scroll wheel on our mouse and scroll it downwards to make the brush bigger. And you can increase the intensity. It's sort of like using Photoshop in a sense. Like the intensity is the hardness of the brush. So if you put it up to 100, then it's going to really like, it's going to go straight down to, if you look in the bottom left, I'll put a little circle as you can see it. If you look in the bottom left, this is height 0. So it's at the very, very bottom layer of the world in this point that I'm pointing at right now. Whereas like this here is at 53 because that's the land level. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring this up a little bit more by using the right click on the mouse. It's left click to decrease the terrain and right click to heighten the terrain. We're going to heighten it a little bit more here. Sorry, I got that wrong. It's the other way around. Right click is to heighten the terrain. Left click is to left click. I'm forgetting my lefts and rights. Left click is to go up. Right click is to go down. Simple as that. Okay, so we're gonna go down to sort of, I want to say like 35. That's a nice deep ocean sort of height there. And then we're gonna take the flattening tool And what that's going to do is it's going to flatten all of your ocean out to that exact same layer. And we can add some hills and stuff underneath the ocean and whatnot later down the line, but we're just going to keep this nice and simple, all one layer. And we're just going to make ourselves a small little island in the center. Make it a little bit of a nice shape. Let's go with like that. Make the brush a bit smaller, add some extra little detailing there. Okay, and we're just going to use this same flattening tool to sort of give our island some shape. Okay, and then we're going to go back to our heightening tool here, and then we're going to go over to our custom brush section. Let me just move my face out of the way so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to drag me down there. Anyway, so yes, up here you can see I've got some custom brushes. Now you can find these all over the internet. They're not hard to find whatsoever. I actually got mine off of Pinterest, I believe. I'll go through how to download these probably in a different tutorial because it's just a bit of an annoying process, and there are other tutorials on YouTube if you do want to find out for yourself. I'm going to pick this brush right here. It's sort of like a funny little pine cone shape, I guess I'll call it. And what we're going to do is we're going to heighten the terrain using left click. We're going to make some little mountains. We're just going to click around, sort of make small little mountains. Now what you'll notice here is you can't really see very well what this mountain may look like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to view, and there's actually an option to show 3D view. You can also click Control 3, but I always use the view option up here. So what we can do now is we can actually see what the world would look like in a 3D aspect. So this obviously looks very, very spiky mountains and very treacherous terrain. Now if this is what you want and this is what you're going for, then that's perfect. But what I want to do here is I want to quickly minimize this. Then we're going to go here to our smooth terrain tool, and then we're going to very lightly just click and drag certain areas outwards slightly, and then what you're going to see that does is it's going to sort of flatten out the terrain a little bit. Now we want to sort of make it a little bit less, oh, that's not what I wanted. We're going to make it a little bit less. Well, that is definitely not what I wanted, so I'm going to quickly backspace that using Control Z, same as Photoshop. Like I said, this program has got some similarities to Photoshop. I'm just going to keep this right here so I can keep an eye on what I'm doing as and when I do it. So we're going to go to a height of say 125, flatten out a little area. Whoops, I've accidentally exited that. We're going to go here again, show you 3D view. And there we have it. We have a nice little flat mountain now where you could do some building up here. You can make your own little village, you know. You can get creative with it. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed through the rest. It's really, really simple. It's really easy to catch on to. I watched one tutorial and then instantly caught onto it. So I hope you guys don't struggle with it. If you do, like I said, you can put stuff down in the comments section. And I'll be more than happy to respond to all of the comments. But yeah. Let me just quickly get around to making this island a little bit more, you know, less flat. Okay guys, so as you can see we've made our island. It looks rather odd at the moment because obviously everything is made out of grass and dirt. So what we're going to need to do now is we're going to need to add some extra terrain to the island, so it doesn't look like this. Now I'm going to show you a 3D version of what it looks like so far. Let me just quickly zoom in. I've included a little volcano like you saw in the beginning of the video. We've got a couple mountains here, a slightly less tall mountain here that's a lot easier to trek up. There's like a little slope area that you guys saw me make this one. Some little hilly areas. We've got some nice flat areas as well. I can make some beaches and whatnot, and we'll add some trees and stuff later on. So yeah, let's quickly minimize that again. And what we're going to do next is we're going to come over to the terrain tab. Now this is probably going to be down here somewhere for you guys, so just click on these little tabs down here. There will probably be terrain. I've just moved it up here for my own personal reasoning. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come here and you're going to click, and then you can either use the spray paint tool if you want a more, like, I don't know how to call it, like a more varied look. So you have some stone, some dirt. Like if you want that, then click the spray paint. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on the pen tool. I'm actually going to click on the rock mix. So there's actually a mix of stone and cobblestone in here. Yes, that's correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our brush quite small here. And we're just going to brush around the outside, and you can see it actually turns into stone. You can keep your little 3D view up in a different tab if you like. I'm just going to keep it over on my other screen because I was going to keep on disappearing. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just brush around the outside. It won't look too great to start off with, but we can work on that in a little bit here. So we're just going to brush around and see how that looks. Now obviously that doesn't look too perfect at the moment. It doesn't look great at all actually. So what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to carefully shade in all the way up to the very horizon of the mountain. And you can keep on looking at your 3D view to use it as a reference point. Oops, I've gone slightly up, too far up now. Actually, for the sakes of this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just colour in the whole thing in rock. And then maybe add the grass afterwards. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add all of this into the rock mix. Okay, there you go. That looks okay for now. I'm happy with that result for now, at least. Just trying to fix up these little corner areas here that I can still see on the screen. But you guys get the point pretty much, right? So I'm not going to make this completely perfect because I don't want to sit here boring you guys for too long. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to come up here. There's actually a flood an area with lava tool. You can click here, and what it will do is if you click, it will bring one layer of lava. So if you keep on clicking, don't do it too quickly because sometimes it can crash the program. But yeah, if we keep on clicking, eventually you can see in our 3D view here, there's actually some lava. And I actually quite like these spikes that are coming out of the lava, so I'm going to leave some of those a bit exposed. We're going to keep on clicking around here. Whoops. Yep, so as you can see, I nearly crashed the program there because I clicked it a few too many times. There we go. I'm just going to do Control Z a few times there to fix. There we go. I want to just keep this open on my other tab so I can see what I'm doing. Just one more maybe. There we go. This is perfect for me. This right here is perfect for me, I think. We're actually going to very quickly just colour in the grass up here. I'm not going to show you guys that bit because you know how to do it. It's very, very simple, just colouring in grass. Okay, there we have it, guys. Obviously, like I said, if I was working on this myself, I'd add some dirt down the sides and some extra little features here and there, you know, just I'd work on it a little bit longer, but I don't want to bore you guys too much. So here we have it, our little semi-finished island, and what we're going to do now is we are going to quickly go ahead and render this. Now obviously to render this we're going to need to load it into Java Edition. Okay guys, don't click off the video. I know I told you Java Edition, but after recording the video I soon realized there is a way to do this without owning Java Edition, so there's no need to panic. We can sort this out. And basically it's very simple. At the end of the video, I'm going to explain to you guys how to convert a Java save into a Windows 10 edition save. Now, obviously, if you don't own Java edition, that instantly is going to spark a problem in your head. Like, oh no, I need to own Java edition to do this tutorial. No, that's not the case. So I'm going to put your mind at ease here, and when you come around to exporting this Minecraft map that you've created, like the one we created in what I recorded yesterday, but I'm now adding this part to the video now. You're going to come up here to File, you're going to click on Export as new Minecraft map, and all you're going to have to do is very simple, because this directory won't be here because obviously you don't own Java edition, so there is no app data roaming Minecraft saves folder. If there is, great, but there probably won't be because you probably won't own Java edition. But I'm going to have to click on these little three dots, and you're just going to have to click anywhere. And I'm going to save it in my documents folder right here, click open, done. Simple as that. Your Minecraft saves are going to go into your documents folder now instead of your Java edition and saves folder. And when you get to the end of the video, you understand when we're converting Java edition worlds to Windows 10 edition worlds. It'll all make sense to you when you get to the end of the video. So we're going to get back to the main video, and I hope you guys didn't click off the video. I mean, obviously you didn't because you're still here. Anyway, let's get back to the main part of the video. But yeah, other than that, I think we keep all of these settings the same. We'll call this YouTube tutorial, and we'll go ahead and export that world. Now, it might take a few minutes, maybe even 10, but yeah, like I said, if you build a very big world, it will take a long time, so just bear that in mind. Guys, I did forget to mention that you can actually change your player spawn point just with this little icon up here, this little sort of cursor icon. So click on the little crosshair icon, and then you simply just click wherever you want on your world. It could be even in the ocean, in the middle of the volcano if you really want to. Just click wherever you want the world spawn point to be, and it will forever stay as that in a Java edition or Windows edition world. I'm going to use Java edition for the sakes of making my life easier, but just know that if you don't have Java edition, you can just skip to the end of this video, figure out how to transfer it to Windows edition, and then you can edit your worlds like that by jumping in and out of Windows edition between World Painter and Windows edition. Okay, and now we're going to just jump into single player, and it will be right here. It will say world was saved in a newer version. Loading this world could cause problems. It won't cause any issues, guys, trust me. If it does cause you any issues, then comment in the comment section and I'll try my best to figure it out, but there really shouldn't be any issues. The only issue you might come across is if you use the beta version, but like I said earlier in the video, I haven't tested that out just yet. So we're going to launch the world here, use anyway. That will just say that this world was created in World Painter, could be corrupted file, etc. But you can take my word for it, guys. You won't have any issues whatsoever. So we've actually got a little bonus chest right here with all of the stuff in it. You should probably turn this off if you're playing on survival, because it's just it would make your game a lot less fun. And I've just gone ahead and realized that we actually forgot to turn off generate structures, because this will happen, guys, and you'll get a fair few of these ocean monuments in your world if you don't turn off generate structures. So as you can see, this volcano is absolutely monstrous. Like, this is humongous, guys. Like, this is beyond what I even thought it would look like. But it does look pretty damn awesome, you have to admit. The inside is probably going to look even cooler. Like, just check that out for a volcano. It's not even rendered in properly yet, but there we go. Check that out, guys. That is some volcano right there. That is huge. My PC is actually struggling a little bit here to load just that part of the mountain. But yeah, this is the volcano. This is obviously the main feature that we made here. Gonna go ahead and fly over to the other little hill area that I first showed you guys. We've got a really high up hill just here that'd be perfect for building a village or whatever. Another ocean monument, like I said before. please don't forget to turn off generate structures, otherwise you'll get loads of these all over your island, unless you want them there like that. Who knows, you could do something fancy with it, put it in a big glass box, it might look really cool, you never know. So yeah, we've got our nice little hilly plains area. We're going to add some like savanna trees and stuff into this later on maybe. We'll work out what trees we're going to use as and when we get around to it. We've got our other 2 mountains over here. So yeah, it's all exported perfectly. There's no glitches anywhere. It all looks as it should look. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump back into World Painter and just give it a little bit of an extra polish up, and then show you guys the finished product. I'm not going to bother showing you guys too much. I'm going to show you how to sort of make beaches and add the trees and stuff, but other than that I don't want to go into too much detail. That can be for another video. So we're going to save and quit out of this, exit Minecraft, open back up World Painter, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the terrain tab. We're going to click on sand, bare sand. There is an option to click on sandstone, and I think there is a sand mix as well. Oh yeah, desert sand with here and there a cactus or dead shrub. So that's just if you want to make a desert. But we are just going to go ahead and make a beach here. So we're going to go down here and we'll keep it away from the volcano. Actually, we'll make the beach over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on only on terrain grass. So we don't want too much of the sand going into the ocean, because we don't want it to look too like patchy. We're just going to go ahead here and colour in. We're going to make our brush a little bit bigger just for this area. Just going to make this area nice and sandy, and then what we're also going to do here is we're going to take the height, which is 53. Let me move my face out of the way so you guys can see that. Where can I put my face? I'll put my face up. I'll put my face down here. So yeah, we're going to go down here, and as you can see in the bottom left, it says height 53 of 255. And what we're going to do here is we're going to click on at or below, and then we're going to change this to 53, and then this will only colour in blocks that are below the level of 53 or at the level of 53. So got a nice little beach area here, you know, and there's a nice hill that leads into the beach. We're going to add some like nice palm trees and stuff here just now. So now that's how you add a beach. Obviously we've got the terrain down. You know how to add a lake, because that's just decreasing the terrain. The volcano, we've went over that. The adding different terrain types is really simple. You just play with the at or below, at or above. Like for example, if I wanted for whatever reason to add, I don't know, a mycelium hill, and I only want it to be on the top of this, so I do it as height 110 and above. So we go here, we go 110 and above, and that will only colour in areas that are on 110 and above. For example, like it doesn't matter where I click, if it's on 110 and above, then it will paint it there. And obviously if you unclick that, it will free paint wherever you want it to free paint. So other than that, guys, yeah, the trees, that's what we're going to get to next. So we're going to go to layers here, and we're going to go to the plus sign. We want to add a custom object layer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this little icon here, and you're going to have to download some tree files. So I've obviously got this European tree files here. I also have some other trees, but I'm not quite sure where they're stored, so I'm not going to go digging through my files to try and find them. We're just going to go ahead and click on these different trees. It does actually give you a small little diagram of what the tree looks like just here. It's pretty awesome actually. So yeah, you can have a little look at the tree. We've got loads of different types. We're just going to zoom back in here. Loads and loads of different types. There's obviously silver birch, massive trees, tiny little trees. But yeah, you can actually go into a, well, for most of these custom trees, they have a super flat world where you can actually go and look at the trees yourself. Again, that will be on a Java Edition world, but you can always transfer it over to a Windows Edition world if you please, by using the steps at the end of this video. There will be timestamps, by the way, in the description for different sections of the video if you're only here for one aspect and not the other. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pick something. I want to say maybe, here we go. We've got a nice little, jungle type tree here. So we're going to go ahead and open that, and you can open loads of different types. So I'm going to go ahead and open another one that looks sort of similar to that, hopefully. Black pines. We don't actually have many that are similar to that. Looking for tall trees with thin trunks, but we're not really finding any. So we'll just go with that one for now. We'll go with this one, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick a colour down here, and this is going to represent where the trees are going to be. So you won't be able to see the actual trees on this world painter, but what you will be able to see is when you click, oops, that's not what we want to do. I've actually lost my custom layer, so I'm just going to really quickly make that again. Can I change it to red? Okay. Right, so now we've got my custom objects. It's going to be on a custom layers tab. It's going to be completely different to the layers tab. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on your custom objects tab and then color in exactly where you want your trees. So I'm going to have them along the shoreline. I actually need to uncheck only on grass because we want it to be everywhere. Then we're going to run across the shoreline here. Obviously, if you want to be very precise, you can click on at or below 53, but I don't really mind if a couple of trees are up there and a couple of trees are up there. Maybe like one tree is over there, for example. We actually want to turn down the intensity for this. I completely forgot about. So we're going to really quickly go back. The reason for turning down the intensity is because we don't want all of the trees to be crammed together and make a forest. We want them to be nicely spaced out, and you'll see what I mean by that with the intensity setting. Look, you see how it looks really light. It will only place a few trees along this shoreline. It will look very nice, and we'll put one there. And then just to show you guys what I mean by this, we're going to go ahead and put some trees just here in this little area, and you'll see exactly what I mean by the intensity settings. So we're going to go ahead and make a forest over here, just with loads and loads of random custom trees. And we're going to go ahead and click, and then we're just going to click Control on all of these, and then we're going to open them. We're going to keep the color as yellow, click OK, make sure we've clicked on this one, and then we're going to go with intensity of about 16 again. We're just going to color this in just all around here, loads and loads of trees, make a nice little forest just over here. Just name it that for whatever reason. Now what we need to make sure we do is we need to turn off the chest of goodies and turn off structures. That's a very important one. Turn off the chest of goodies, especially if you're playing in survival, because you don't want to start with time and tools and stuff, unless you do. Like, it's your choice, obviously. Custom layers, we want to make sure those are both checked, otherwise the trees won't spawn in. Resources, obviously you can change all this stuff. It's just values. You can play around with it, and it's mainly important for survival worlds, of course. Other than that, I think everything else needs to be kept the same. Yep, let's click export, and once that is exported, we will meet you back in the Minecraft Java edition. So loading into the world here, we should start to see a few little changes. Like the fact we don't have the little bonus chest anymore. That's a big one. And as you can see, this little area where I put all of these jungle trees that look like coconut trees, like I do have some trees that do look a lot nicer than these, but this is just what I had to hand. But yeah, as you can see, having it on 100% intensity really does make a very thick, dense jungle type world. Now, obviously, if you want something like this, it's a very, very cool sort of like dense forest where you could build some. You can actually build a very, very cool map using this dense forest type design. But obviously, like I said, as you can see here, we've lowered down the intensity. I'd probably next time lower the intensity even more, just because we don't want this many trees on the beach. But as you can see, lowering the intensity really, really does affect the amount of trees that spawn together. So yeah, we've got the beach here. It's pretty cool. You probably want to heighten the level of the beach by 1 or drop it 1, either way, whichever's easier. Just to give it a little bit of a difference, so it doesn't just change straight from grass to sand. And we'll go ahead over to our next forest that we created. It's looking very, very nice actually. I'm liking the look of this from above. Again, it's still quite dense. It's got a nice density to it though, and obviously you wouldn't want all of this on flat lands. You'd probably want to heighten and lower some of the land so it doesn't look so super flat. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the little section of trees that we drew in, and you'll see the significant difference between the low intensity over here and the high intensity right here. You can see how thick this is. Like, you cannot see the ground through these leaves whatsoever. Obviously this is barely impenetrable. That's how thick and dense this forest is. Like, again, this could make for a really cool forest. You can make a nice neat little house down here, but obviously this is not the look I usually go for. Okay, so on to the next part of the tutorial. I'm going to quickly show you how to download MCC Tool Chest PE. It's really simple. It's just literally a couple steps. You open up your browser. We'll get rid of World Painter. So I'll give you a link in the description. It's literally just mcctoolchest.com. You go here, you click download, you click on MCC Tool Chest PE Bedrock version, you run the download until it's finished, and then you will be good to go. Once you've downloaded it, you just come down here, you type in MCC Tool Chest PE will be here, and then you can open it up. It will look like this, and now we start this part of the tutorial. So we go to Tools, we click on Convert, we click on to Bedrock because we want to take our Java saves and change them to Bedrock version. This can work the opposite way around as well. So if you are looking to transfer your Bedrock world to your Java edition, this does work that way as well. For whatever reason, you may want to do that. So we click on to Bedrock, and then we are going to see all of our world saves right here. Now, if you do not see your world saves here because you do not own Java edition, like I stated beforehand, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to select the folder, and you're going to need to find the world wherever you saved it. If you saved it in your pictures folder, if you saved it in your documents folder, whatever. So if you saved your world elsewhere, just take that in mind. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do that again because I've lost it. To Bedrock, and then we're going to click on the YT tutorial to world. We're going to convert the overworld dimension, include all block entities and entities. We're going to keep all of the settings the same, except we're going to upgrade to Aquatic format 1.13 plus. And other than that, everything is perfectly fine. We don't need to change anything else. And we're just going to click convert, and it's going to do it just like that. You don't have to do anything else. It's that simple. Converting worlds from one version to the other has never been easier, and you do not need to go to any of these paid for programs that people con you out of money for, or even monthly subscriptions for. MCC Tool Chest does it all. There's no glitches. It works perfectly. Occasionally you'll see water glitches in caves. That's if you've generated caves, but other than that, it's completely perfect. Go up to the top left hand corner, click on Save As, and then this will bring up all of your Bedrock saves. Now you can choose to overwrite a current world that you have, or you can just select a new world, name it whatever you want. We're going to call this one YT tutorial, just for the sake of the video. Click on OK, and that is completely finished. Now we're going to open up Minecraft just here. It should be right there. There we go. We have it, YT tutorial. I'm going to click on it just to check that nothing's gone wrong. And yeah, this is pretty much the end of the tutorial here, guys. Obviously you can set this as a survivor world if you wish, but as you can see, everything is exactly the same as it was before. We've actually whacked up our render distance, so it's a lot easier to see. For some reason, Java Edition, my render distance just can't handle having a very far out render distance. But yeah, as you can see, guys, it's completely as it was on Java, except you have it now on Windows Edition. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. If you do need any further tutorials to do with this same subject, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments about anything. I will be more than happy to help with everything you guys have issues with. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did and you are still here at the very end of this video, make sure if you did like it, leave a thumbs up on the video. It really does help me out. And subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you get notifications whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much, guys. Have an awesome day. Stay safe out there. Much love. Peace.